Are you considering homeschooling or unschooling? You're at the right spot right here, right now. So why don't you take a few moments out of your busy life, listen to a few of my tips and sharings about my homeschooling journey. Hi guys, I'm Dami and I'm an ascension guide, galactic healer, and a very blessed mom of two amazing rainbow star seeds. I've always wanted to be a mom. I was born to be a mom. I dreamt of two children since a little girl. And this is what I got. I have two children, two beautiful angels. Alishka, my daughter, she's 10. And Yoni, my son, he is 6. And I have been homeschooling them for a few years. I've always wanted to homeschool, or basically since ever I was considering children, and I got pregnant afterwards with my first. This is where I started playing with this idea, and because I was already on my spiritual journey, I started being aware of a lot of things in our systems, especially our school systems, and I intuitively did not resonate with the system. I did not like a lot of things about it. And I was even reading a few books. One of my favorite author, Naomi Alder, talks about homeschooling and the alternative ways of this. I really loved her book about raising children and reparenting ourselves about the same time. I cannot remember the title, I'm sorry, but I'll put it in the comments for you guys if you're interested. So I started seeing these things in the school system that are not working for the highest good of our children. And what I didn't like the most was that they started going to school when they're 5. And just the idea of putting a huge backpack on my little baby, and tell him bye at 7:30 and welcoming him back from school at 3 p.m. or after 3 p.m. was something I did not like at all. I believe that children, especially at this young age, are supposed to play most of the day because they learn through the play. It's the most natural way of learning is through the play and their way of experimenting with things. So putting them in a cage for 7 hours a day where they have to listen, they have to be quiet, they have to sit still, and they don't have much space to play or talk with their friends or just move around. And they have to follow all these rules that are made up, not in their convenience. I just never liked this idea. It was like, not what I want to do. So I saw these big red flags as far as like these long hours in the school for children. Then, my circumstances, my life circumstances, didn't allow me to start homeschooling right from the start with my daughter, but I was following up very soon, right after her first grade. So I was able to see what it is all about to put my child in this school system, and I was able to compare it with my education, my going to school when I was living back in the Czech Republic. I was able to compare these two school systems in two different countries, and I was able to compare it with my own feelings and visions and what I would feel is best for my child. And so, for example, I never liked this thing, comparisons, we know that we're not supposed to compare ourselves to anybody. All we can compare ourselves is to ourselves, to the past versions of ourselves. We compete. There's a lot of competing amongst us. I mean, it's like ingrained in us. This is the huge programming that's going on. You gotta be the best. You gotta be the best. You gotta be the best. We are all the best in our own way. I mean, you don't need to compete with anybody else to be the first, to be the victor, and you're not a loser if you don't win. I mean, there's no competition in this. There's no comparison. We are our own competitors. What I feel I don't like the most is when there's no freedom. It's all about the freedom and about the choices, and it's not in the school system. They need to follow up what they tell them to do when they tell them to do. And I don't like this fact. I want my children to be able to choose, because we are sovereign beings. We are sovereign beings and we are free. This is our birthright, to be able to choose what I want to do. Do I want to go this way or do I want to go that way? Same goes for children. So I like my children to be able to choose. Do they want to do math today, or do they want to just play and maybe build a tower? Or my daughter, she's very passionate creator. She does create different projects. She loves arts and crafts, and when she doesn't feel like doing school, I'm perfectly fine with her doing and pursuing her passion. And she goes in her room and she creates all these beautiful creations. And so we need to kind of understand that we're all perfect exactly as we are. First of all, we're all here with our unique sets of gifts, talents, and abilities. So there is no thing as competition, comparison. We need to just cherish these gifts and abilities and uniqueness things that we discover in our children, and we need to support that and encourage our children, because that's why they came here. So why don't we observe our children and see what they do best, what they love doing, what fills them up, what sparks their light, what brings them passion and joy, what it is that they love to do, and support that and follow, because it's no coincidence that they're being drawn to these things. By entering the school system, I feel that all these beautiful things, all these beautiful magical gifts and abilities are being slowly killed, kind of, because they're not being worked with too much on a daily basis. Children at school are being told what to do, when to do it, and so on, so on. I think I mentioned that. And sitting in a school desk for 7 hours, I think it's way too much. And bringing home homework and keep working on the school, even though I feel like I want to do something else that actually fills me up, is not good. I mean, it's not good. How many children are happy about their homework? How many love to do their homework? I feel like not too many, They would rather just run outside and play in the playground, right? So why don't we give them freedom? Why don't we give them freedom? Why don't we cherish their gifts and try to work with them and see where this all goes, support them in their evolution and give them choices, give them the freedom, because choice is a freedom. Do you want to do this or do you want to do that? Do you want to work for a couple hours today and maybe take some time off tomorrow, or do you want to just work for an hour today and then 3 hours tomorrow? There's just so many opportunities in homeschooling and unschooling. We're not limited by school hours. We're not limited by any dates or any times and dates. We can travel anytime we want. We can do it on our own time. We can choose what we want to do at certain dates, certain hours, and we can do it for a certain amount of time, depending on our feelings, on our needs, on our will. And of course, there is this thing called discipline, that I teach my children too. But then again, I really honor and respect my children's needs and their choices. And this is what the school system doesn't do. By the way, it's going down. It's going down. As well as all the systems. I mean, I'm sure you guys know that we're in these huge transformational ascension times here on this planet. And these systems, medical system, school system, monetary system, bank system, government systems, they're not working for us. They're not working for the well-being of humans. And we are here to start building these new systems. And I made my first step pulling my daughter from school after basically she just started, and really deciding for this journey. I'm supporting this for anyone else, as this is the new way. This is the new way for our new world, for our better world. This is the new way to our freedom, you guys. This is our new way for our children and their children. So if you want to support your children in the most natural evolution and growth, then you might want to consider this, because they're natural learners. They do learn naturally. You don't need to push it. No authorities need to stand above them and tell them what to do and how to do it. You can do it yourself. And trust me, there's so many ways that you could do it. I know you're gonna say, I work, I have a job, I can't do this and that. I understand. I do work too. There's always a way. And you can always have an excuse. It's easy to say, I can't do it. But if you really wanna do something, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. If you really want to do something and you feel guided and it's what your heart is telling you, please try. Try, and you'll see that there are ways to do it. Maybe you can hire a tutor. Maybe you can get together with other homeschooling moms for occasional educational time, or just play dates, so your children are not being alone. This is another thing that I would hear a lot, oh, you're homeschooling, children need to be with other children. Yeah, but who says that my children are not with other children? Once they're not able to play what they want to play and talk as much as they want in the school anyway, they could do it freely at home. I mean, I give them breaks, or they take breaks. They run around, they play with the kitty. They have freedom, okay? And then they go back to learning because they feel, fulfilled after these 5 minutes of either playing, or we cuddle, or we have fun, we're goofy or whatnot. And then they're ready and and pumped for more, so then you can give them more of the studying if you feel like, if they feel like. The amount of things that they learn at home is done within much shorter time than it is at school. This is a huge difference for us too. We usually do about average maybe 2 hours of school when we do school, because there are days when we just take off and go to the nature, or there are times when we travel. I give them time off. I mean, I don't push it, because I see the curiosity, and we learn all the time. We learn in nature. We learn, on the beach, in the ocean. We learn when we drive. They keep asking questions. I keep answering. Be open. Be there for the children and listen. We need to start learning how to listen to our children. I know we're busy. Our minds are busy. But it is so necessary to listen to our children, to listen to what they need to say, what they have to say, to listen to their needs. I was being shut when I was a child, and it caused a huge trauma. And that's why I probably feel like this is the right way for me. Might not be the right way for everybody, but whoever feels guided and is considering this type of alternative way of learning or educating or supporting their children in their evolution, these are my tips, these are my little shares, and these are my little stories. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, and if you liked it and feel it was a little beneficial for you or helpful, please like and subscribe. You can leave a comment. I will be happy to answer. Until next time, because I'm gonna be recording more videos with my children included, and we're gonna have fun together, and we'll be here for you guys. I am here for more purposes, and one of them is to show you the way, basically, in different areas of our reality, of our lives. So one of them is homeschooling or parenting, conscious parenting. So this is my first video about homeschooling, my few tips, and I will be with you in another video very soon. Much love. Bye.